Good morning, everybody. It is a wonderful Wednesday, and we are having our victorious moment with Victoria again. Last Wednesday, the Wednesday before that, the Wednesday before that, she's a regular now, and we are just grateful to have her in our space and in our place. Y'all know she's is a entrepreneur LLC. She's a mom, she's a sister, she's a daughter. She's all of that in a bag of chips. The cats meow, the dogs
See,
bow wow. And she's a Bible believing individual. So we are grateful to have her today on Conversations with Cornelius. But of course, we yield to her and we're going to call this moment Victory with Victoria. Good morning, Victoria. How are you doing?
good morning on this wonderful Wednesday. I'm honored to be here on today. How are you?
I am fantabulous. Yesterday I was able to do a multiplicity of things. As a matter of fact, this right here, if you can see that, can you see that?
Because, yes, I can.
So Patrick Daly, I was able to interview and introduce him again to the Nashville community. They're having a gospel concert celebrating 40 years next Thursday at Trevecca. Of course, had my other show with Ronald Jasmine. Had some productive meetings and was able to walk 7 miles yesterday. Getting ready
Oh,
for
that's
this. Yeah,
awesome.
I'm getting ready for this marathon next
Oh,
month.
okay, okay.
Mhm. Let me say half marathon. Let me do that.
Well,
Half,
congratulations on that.
yeah, half marathon. So tell me, how was your day yesterday?
My day was very productive yesterday. Of course, we did a couple of networking events. We actually went out networking and went to see about getting some more contracts. I actually had two interviews yesterday. They went very well. One young lady starts tonight. I'm very excited for her. Another young lady, last week I did a walkthrough for her on getting the contract. She had to work,
Mm-hmm.
and I did the walkthrough for her. I went in to
Mm-hmm.
represent her cleaning company. She used to have a cleaning company, but she's starting it back up. So this is her very first contract, and she started up from many years ago.
Okay.
Um, she couldn't make the walkthrough, so I went in on her behalf and
Mm-hmm.
got it for her. And I'm super excited for her, and she starts her first contract tonight. Uh,
Wonderful.
yeah, I'm super excited. I'm interviewing people and helping them to get started. I didn't help her get started. I'm just helping her get her foot back in the door.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
another young man that I'm actually helping get started, and I feel honored that people are asking me to help them. When a short time ago, I just rebranded myself a couple of years ago,
Mm-hmm.
about 4 years ago. I just rebranded myself. So after mine went dormant for a while, so it's just an honor and a privilege to help others.
Always that. Secondly, so yesterday did this, and then here's another thing, the gospel brunch. I want everybody to
Okay.
see that. I need y'all to see that. I need y'all to see that. So this is Prince's Hot Chicken, the original hot chicken. Save the date, gospel brunch Sunday, April 13th, 1 to 3 p.m. at 4060 Cane Ridge Parkway, the Tanger outlet. So we got a while until that transpires, but
Okay.
this concert is next Thursday. This
At what
concert,
time?
it is going to be at 7 o'clock at Vecca at
Okay.
the Zelma Wagner Performance Hall. So 502 Lester Avenue, Nashville, Tennessee 37201.
I bet that's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I promise you that. But anyway, with that being great, with you doing what you're doing, what we're doing, I should hear back hopefully today about the opportunities that you can go serve at in the prison at the Derrick A.
Yes.
Johnson facility. So keep your fingers crossed. I know it's going to be a blessing and you will be tremendously impacted by that service.
I am
So it
super
is what it
excited.
is.
I'm excited
You,
about that.
are you
Yes.
excited? Are you
I
really
am
excited?
absolutely excited about that.
How are you excited? So listen, as we get ready to get into this good conversation, um, I'm going to change my background.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Boom. Yeah, I'm gonna do it that way. Okay, I'm putting you in the hot seat. I'm putting you in the
Oh,
hot
okay.
seat,
You
and
always
it's
put me in the
pretty.
hot seat.
Why not? Why not put you there? I would rather you be
I
there
know.
than I'm there. If you could start all over again and do start a business, what would you do first?
I would get a coach first. That would be the absolutely first thing I would do.
Okay. Uh oh. Did our internet go out? I don't know. Oh, don't know. I think our internet
Yep.
went out. Okay, you
Oh,
there?
well,
You went out. You
yes.
blacked out on me. Okay.
Some
Okay.
reason my lines are beeping.
Okay. So you would get a coach first. The first thing you would do was get a coach. Tell
Yes.
me, unpack that. What's
Um,
the necessity of having a coach?
the necessity of having a coach is not making so many mistakes. We all make mistakes and we learn from our mistakes. But as far as trying to do everything yourself and not knowing where to go and what to do and how to do it, a coach is there to give you a step by step guide on
Hmm.
what to do because I'm sure. Oh, well, I want to believe that 90% of the coaches that actually coach in whatever field they're coaching in has been in that field and has been through that process before.
Hmm.
That's what I want to believe. But it just so happens that the coach that I have has already been through that, started up from scratch, without nothing, and had the doubts and the worries and the bumping on the head of different contracts and losing employees and people doing things that we don't think that people would just naturally do. When
Hmm.
someone is starting up a business, it's like you have some people around you and be like, I'm with you, let's do this, we can do this together, this and the other. But at
At
the
the
end
end
of the
of
day,
the day.
sometimes everybody will be gone but you, and it's your vision that the Lord gave you, so you have to stand. So that's the benefits of a coach.
That's the benefits. All right, we're gonna play our advertisements for a quick second, and then we'll be right back. Thank you for tuning in with Victoria and Victory with Victoria. That's what we call it on Wednesday. Now it's Conversations
Okay,
with
now I
Cornelia.
know.
All right, I'll be right back. This show is brought to you by Walker's Cafe and Grill, 109 UN Drive from 12 to 5. This show is brought to you by the Ephesian Primitive Baptist Church, 1506 22nd Avenue, North Nashville, Tennessee. This show is brought to you by Forever Zion. That's www.foreverzion.com. Paparazzi Jewelry for your boo, your bae, your significant, your subordinate, your cousin, and them. Your friend, your enemy, your frenemy. Go to www.foreverzion.com. This show is brought to you by Trifold Outreach Ministries. That's Trifold Outreach Ministries, 49 Dry Creek Road, Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Thank you for our wonderful sponsors. All right, we're back. We thank you for those sponsorships, Trifold Outreach. We thank you for the sponsorship of Forever Zion. We thank you for the sponsorship of the Ephesian Primitive Baptist Church. And we thank you for the sponsorship of your cleaning service. Tell them your cleaning service again, Victoria.
Just platinum clean.
Just Platinum Clean. I need to add you into that commercial. But anyway, back to our conversation. But before we get back, gospel concert. I need everybody to go to the gospel concert. Let me move this over. Let me make my screen larger than yours. I need everybody there Thursday night, Thursday night, Thursday night, Thursday night. The likes of Byron Harvey, Nate Bean, and the W. Crim Singers will be in the building. So I'm excited about that next Thursday, March 27 at Tribeca. All right, circling back. If you could start all over, you would have a coach. And I know you
Yes.
went to an event, that event that brought you to a new self-awareness and what business looks like and how you have to put things in order and have things lined up so that the business can operate like a business and you have the
Oh, yes.
capacity, not only have the capacity to serve, because you can do that, but have the
Mhm.
capacity to be reciprocated, to be rewarded from your service. A lot of times we don't have everything in, as my grandmama called, tip top shape to
Right.
receive all of the blessings. You and I both are southern, so we understand what I'm saying. So that the business can be the business, and I'm learning that even now. And
Yes.
I'll close with this statement and allow you to interject. There's a book that I'm reading called Guardrails, or I have read it, have taught through the book. And in this book, it says either change your prayers or change your systems.
Oh my.
Yeah, oh my, listen to you. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. So yeah, I'm gonna say that again. Either you can change
Yeah.
your prayers or change your systems. So there are times prayer is really not the problem because we're praying from a secret place. We're praying from a spiritual place. We're praying from a special place. We're praying from a structured place.
Yeah.
It's the systems that we have in place that do not allow us the opportunity to be a blessing to others. So I land. Talk to me about your coach. Are you coaching anybody? And who would you like to coach?
Well, I am. I do got my first client. I am coaching a young lady to actually start up her cleaning company. I wasn't even thinking about doing that, but somebody dropped it in my spirit to start doing that. Pastor, thank you. And um, and you was talking about systems. I did go to an event. It was
Hmm.
called the $1 Million Luncheon. I have a couple, a very nice, wonderful couple that I've been following on Facebook for many years. I know at least over 10 years on Facebook. So he posted one time that he was having $1 million luncheon. So I said $1 million luncheon, he was actually selling tickets, okay?
Hmm.
So I was there and I was sitting and I'm like, okay, I don't have the money for this ticket. I don't have the money for this ticket, but I just really wanted to go. I really wanted to go to this luncheon because I was at a place in my life. I said, okay, $1 million luncheon. He's an entrepreneur. He had different things going on. They're very, very well known. So I just swiped my credit card. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna just do it. I just swiped the credit card and went. That was the best idea I ever done. It was several people there. It was speakers. It was food. It
Hold on.
was
How many people were there?
several. It was
Oh,
several
several.
speakers. Speakers. I think they had about 7 speakers on stage that day.
Okay.
Um, and from financial coaches, cleaning coaches, real estate coaches, and just people in general teaching you how to start a business and how to get the business lined up legally with the government and the state. Um, and teaching you different systems. I'm glad you said systems because when you have a business, you have to have your systems in place. For example,
Hmm.
if you have a handful of employees, more than a handful of employees, you have to have a system, a clock in system.
Mm.
Even entrepreneurs have to know where their people are. A lot of people don't have a standalone building or an actual place that you work at the same time all the time. We're
Okay.
going to use cleaning, for example.
Hmm.
Your cleaners is not always at the same spot at the same time.
Right.
You cannot keep up with everybody, and you cannot be in every spot at the same time. You're only one person. We're not omnipresent like the Lord. So we have to know where our employees are. Are they
Hmm.
at the client? Are they doing what they're supposed to be doing? Are they there on time? Do they have the right supplies? Did they come in uniform? Are they professional? Did they greet the client? Was the client there? Did the client leave the door unlocked? Where's the keys? Different things like that. Uh, there's an app for that.
All right.
There's an app for that. Apps actually where you can actually talk to each other in the app. You can talk to the clients in the app. Or sometimes some apps is only the clock in app. And the owner, the manager can see the app and the employee. And sometimes the client can see the app. And we communicate like that. That's the system in place.
Hmm.
Another system is where you delegate different things out. For example, your marketing, you could delegate it out. Your cold calling, you could
Hmm.
delegate it out. Your social media, you could delegate it out. Your payroll, you could delegate it out.
Oh,
Um,
oh, you keep using the word delegate,
mm,
delegate, delegate, delegate.
mhm,
Um, Yesterday in my devotion, I'm reading the book, How Successful People Grow.
Okay, I need that book. I'm gonna. I need to write that down.
Okay, write it down, write it down, write it
Okay.
down. And everybody put that in the
Yes.
chat for those who are with us right now.
You said how?
How successful people grow. And it's in the car vehicle. I'll screenshot it to you later.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-mm. Write it down. Um, because the power of writing things down, it holds you accountable.
Right.
And
Right.
you will the likelihood of you getting the book is greater because you've written it down or written something down about it. It
I
actually
got you.
becomes it actually becomes vision now in your life. How successful people grow. So check this out. He said there are times in life where in order for you to go up, you have to give some things up. So in this trajectory of leading people and serving people, I want everybody wants to grow and go up, but they don't want to give some things up.
Right.
So another podcast, Craig Groeschel, he says you can either have power or control.
Mm,
No, he said you can have growth. You can either have growth or control. That's what he said. And if you want growth, you're gonna have to give up control.
exactly.
You're gonna have to give up. You're gonna have to give up some things and learn the art of delegating so that people can maximize their potential to serve the greater good. So I'm grateful that you understand that you can't be everywhere and omnipresent and have your hands on every little thing, which we
Right.
call micromanaging, and you're able to allow people to just flourish in their own giftings and callings and service. So I applaud you for that. I applaud you for that. Now let me ask this. Earlier, what were you like that? Was that your perspective or mindset, or did you have to grow into that?
I had to go into that because we are destroyed by the lack of knowledge. So that's where a coach come in. That's where a coach come in. We cannot do everything, and then sometimes we got a zeal and we get a vision, and it's just like we have such the zeal. We just want to go and do it, and we see it. We know it's going to prosper. We don't, but we know what we see the future of the vision, but we don't see the now,
Mhm.
how to get started, or where the finances are gonna come from, or who's gonna be the community for you. Because the same community that started out is not gonna be the community that's gonna be there in the end. 90%
Mm.
of the time it's not gonna be the same community. Um
Okay, pause. The same community. How, how did you know your community had changed?
when things started happening,
Okay.
different things started happening. A lot of us want to take people with us that we know and we grew up with and family and different things like that. But hey, I mean, we may want to take them and they say they want to go, but they don't want to put in the work to get there.
You said we want to take them.
I mean, I'm guilty. I want everybody around me to go. I want like the whole family to go. Everybody I knew like to go, but contrary to popular belief, everybody can't go. And we have to learn. Like, I've learned the hard way, Lord. I had to repent for it. You cannot take some of your past into your future because some of your past associates,
Mm,
clients, associates or family members or whatever, they can't go with you because the Lord gave it to you. He didn't also give it to everybody.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And some people are gonna say, "Oh, you just being silly. You gonna leave your 9 to 5. You gonna do what? You just stepping out on faith. You're gonna have the naysayers. They're gonna be everywhere."
Right.
But you have to know that you know what you heard.
So your community changed. Let's be honest and be real in this space. When you realize your community had changed emotionally, what did you go through?
Oh, a lot because when my community changed, I don't know about anybody else because you said let's be honest in this space. Of course, I'm try to always be honest and transparent. So I'm going to be very transparent right now. When my community changed, there was not one. The whole community, it was just me. And I'm like, oh God, help me. What am I going to do? I didn't know which way to turn. I didn't know. I did not know. So I did go to the $1 million luncheon, but at that time, I was
Hmm.
not financially able to get a coach.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I went there. I took notes. It was like I was in school. This was like a 6 hour event. I think it was only supposed to be like 3 hours. It went over to a 6 hour event, and then after that, that in the middle they stopped and ate lunch, and then after it was over, then everybody congregating and communicating and getting to know each other and exchanging contact information. So it was an all day event, and it was only supposed to be about 3 to 4 hours.
Hmm.
But it was that impactful. I literally was sitting there taking notes like I was in school.
Okay.
I was
At the,
front
at the
and center.
luncheon. At the luncheon.
Yes, it was that much information.
But look at what it yielded. Look at the dividends. Look at the return on your investment. You took the time to invest in you, and by you invested in you, look what happened now. Look where you are now. Of course, some other things have shifted, but
Mhm.
it brought you to a new community because you keep saying community, 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 community. So look at you now. Had
It's
you not
amazing.
gone, had you not gone, we might be having this conversation, but it might be totally different, or we might not be having this conversation at all.
Right. You're absolutely correct. Yes. So yeah, when my community changed, it was just me. I was standing alone. Cause when I said, the Lord said this, that, and the other, people was like, okay, I'm gonna help you clean, I'm gonna do this, and I'm like, okay, well, I can only pay you this certain amount because I don't have it right now. The next
Hmm.
thing you know, it wasn't even 3 months. I was by myself. I started off with like 3 or 4 people saying, let's do this. I'm going to help you. Let's do this. We're going to do this together. And quickly, it was over.
Oh, how the table turns, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
We can say, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
it's an
But
up and down roller coaster. Like I
oh
said,
yeah,
entrepreneurship is not for the weak because it's an up and down roller coaster emotionally, mentally. It's like, Lord, we're help.
so just say help, and help
Yes.
is on the way. Help is on the way. We are looking for the help.
Yes.
We are looking
Expecting
for it.
him to help.
Oh, of course. Now, uh-oh, let me do this. You are currently or at one point was, I know going through getting some Bible training and going through some kingdom
Mhm.
instruction. How far have you gotten in your kingdom instruction, and how did that change your mind?
Um, I did go to a theology school at Emmanuel years ago, and then I went to
All right,
yes.
Emmanuel. All right. How
I
long did you stay over there?
was at Emmanuel like 2 years.
Okay, you was Emmanuel. Okay, one of our church members, brother Sam, Deacon Sam, he's about to graduate with his associates, and then we've had some other people go through Emmanuel on that Monday night program.
I
So I
did
can
my
break.
associates and my bachelor's at Emmanuel.
Good. All right.
Hmm.
So becoming an entrepreneur, the
Hmm.
entrepreneur that you are, and now having that kingdom instruction, how do they complement each other? How do
Because
you use that?
kingdom instruction is different from theological and basically the fundamentals of the Bible. Kingdom is we have to stay in the spirit at all times, walk in the
Hmm.
spirit, and we have to realize that everything is kingdom and everything, no matter what it is spiritual. And the kingdom mindset is it's not like me, myself, and I, or this is my church, or this is my people, or my kingdom is about everybody. Kingdom is like community. It's about everybody. Um, and as far as kingdom is concerned, we have to be kingdom minded people. We have to
Gotcha.
walk kingdom, talk kingdom, live kingdom. And a lot of people uh think that kingdom is basically like basic. theology, but it's not.
I got you. Well, pause right there. Let's do this one more time. Everybody, I got to talk about what's going to happen next Thursday night. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Victoria, don't move, don't move. Listen, y'all. Boom. Voila. Ah. Ha, ha, ha. Yes. Gospel concert celebrating 40 years featuring Salama alumni and some of Nashville's finest gospel inspirational artists. The event will move you and motivate you. Brian Harvey, Nate Bean, the W. Crim Singers. Listen, I was able on yesterday to interview Brother Patrick Daly. He was a blessing to just talk. He is one of our own. Of course, Nate, Brian, they're one of our own. I need y'all to go get this. Get this. Trevecca Nazarene. Doors open at 6:30. Concert at 7. We're about to bring Victoria back. For anybody who has any questions to ask me or Victoria, please do not hesitate. Excuse me, Victoria. I had to do that because
That's okay.
I told Patrick, and I've actually tagged Brian in this video. Uh, and Nate.
Bless you.
I don't know what's going on. But anyway, what instructions would you give women who are trying to become entrepreneurs? And do you think, well, let me just ask you that question. A woman, single, married, what instructions would you give?
Um, I would tell them to use their woman intuition. If you're saying specifically women,
Mm-hmm.
use your women intuition. And I'm gonna give you an example. As a woman, a lot of people don't take us seriously when we walk into a
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Her internet went out again. Uh-oh. But anyway, let me do this. When that happens, things do happen, y'all. It happens. Speaking with someone on the back end about the event, Brian Harvey. I see that you're watching. Thank you. Share, like, and share. Oh, Brother Brian, where can we get your music? I do apologize for that interruption. Hopefully, she'll be back shortly. Here she
can you hear
comes.
me?
I can now. I'm gonna bring you back in. Where can we get your music, Brian, as we come back? All right. What's going on your end, girl? What's going on with the outbreak,
Hello?
blackouts? I can hear you. I can hear
You
you.
can? I can't hear
Yeah.
you.
Okay. You probably have to. You
Oh, I
might
can
have to.
hear now?
Okay. Cool. Cool.
I
Cool.
don't know what happened, sir. I'm sorry.
Well, anyway, it happens. I think Kendra is on here as well. She's trying to get her business off the ground, Kendra. But I was talking to Brian, and I do apologize. Brian, where can we get your music? I know you have some new music out. I would love to highlight that. Please put that in the chat. Okay, back up. Back up. You went out on me. You came back in. Tell me
Okay.
again. A woman has these intuitive powers. Oh
Yes,
my
a
God.
woman's intuition. Because
Oh
you
Lord.
said women specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people don't take women seriously, and you know me, so I'm a very short in stature as a woman.
You
But
petite, you petite, you petite.
yes, but so when you go in, you do your cold calling and your whoever doing your cold calling, set up the appointments or whatever for any meeting. It don't have to be a walkthrough or just cleaning or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that. Any business meeting, and then a woman walk in alone. It's like the atmosphere change. It's I'm not saying the atmosphere change for the worse. It could or it could change for the better, because when we walk in power, we change the atmosphere when we walk in a room or not, whether we're man or woman. We change the atmosphere because the Lord has given us that power and authority. However, a lot of men does not take women seriously. So I have two um colleagues, and they have their own clinic coming, and they're men. So I have learned to ask them when I go on a walkthrough. Could you go with me? You're going in as you're platinum. You're not going in as simply clean today or ACS or or tidy guys. You're not going, because those are a couple of people that are my colleagues. Tidy
Okay,
guys,
okay. I
ACS,
don't.
and
Okay.
simply clean. I shout them out. Those are my guys. Love them. So those are some of my colleagues, and I'll ask one of them who's available that day. And I'll say, can you go in with me as just platinum? and we'll get the contract or they'll do all the talking. And when I first started doing that, the first time I did that, the guy talked to me on the phone. The one that we had the appointment, where he talked to me on the phone. I told him who I was and everything like that. But as soon as we walked in, he immediately started talking to my colleague. He didn't say three words to me. So if you feel like, if a woman feels like that they need a man,
Mm-hmm.
get you a man to help you. They don't have to help you in the business or nothing like that. Or just get you a friend that knows about your business and come in. We coming in together. You're representing. You going there with me. We walking in together. We gonna do this.
Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to see all of my people that are watching that have come on. Welcome to Conversations with Cornelius. We have Miss Victoria Rhodes. We have some people that have started businesses,
Hmm.
that are business owners, entrepreneurs, that have a 9 to 5 and some other side hustles. So, for all those who have come on this morning and would like to share some your tidbits, your expertise, and ask questions, you're more than welcome. We're grateful to see one of our hometown heroes. I say just BH. Hey, BH. Grew up with his children and he grew up with my mother and etc. He's an entrepreneur as well. And I would love to bring people together, especially in this entrepreneurial space, to show people that this is possible and it's probable, but you just can't just jump out there like Peter. You remember, like Peter got out the ship.
Yeah, he just
You
jumped
just,
out.
yeah, you can't just, you can jump out there, but just know if you don't have the structure and the systems when you begin business and you don't have a business mindset, when you don't have business practice, when you don't have good business sense, jumping out there, that's all you're going to be is out there.
Yeah,
And I'm glad that you has have found coaches to help you in this journey because I mean you have the heart. People heart, listen, I say it all the time. A lot of people have the heart, they don't have the
exactly.
head. Because there are some decisions you need to make with your head that you need to hush your heart.
Yeah, cause so your heart, having
Mhm.
a good heart will get you in trouble sometimes.
Of course, yeah,
It will
yeah.
get you in trouble, and people will take advantage of that.
Yeah, you. So, being a woman, starting a business, I know your heart stays in it all the time, but
Yeah,
that's why the coaching comes in, and that coaching is necessary so that I can develop my head. I need my head to catch up with my heart because I just don't need to be out there trying to do everything all the time and not realizing that I can only do the one thing that I need to do well. And that's what I need to do well while I'm
right,
trying to do 10 things that I'm not doing well, and the business crumbles.
right.
So you're moving forward in your business. And again, we welcome everybody who has tuned in today. What is your new opportunities that you're seeing in business? I know
Uh,
you. Let me say this. You see, I see that you're helping others, but what other opportunities do you see?
I see other opportunities. For example, I see like the opportunity of the coaching aspect part of it. I never thought that I could. That idea never crossed my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Of coaching someone and helping them actually start up their own business.
Mm-hmm.
That's an opportunity. I'm really excited about that. I'm just seeing what Lord's gonna take that to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also being in this business, different networking events. Before I became an entrepreneur, I had never been to a networking event before.
Mm.
I hadn't been to a networking event before. So the $1 million lunch was my first event. And after that, just they just keep coming, and it's a great space to be in with different entrepreneurs, like-minded people who's been there and who's starting up. You can bounce ideas off of each other. And it's great to have that contact information. And sometimes it's not even just about doing business with that person, it's about building a relationship. Because sometimes we can just call them and ask them a question. Have you ever been through this? Or they call you and, ask you different questions, and just building relationships with people. It's building relationships. And I love that part about it.
The building relationship part.
Yes.
Well, that listen, that's what we're here to do is be relational. Um, After being relational, being ethical, and then being success driven. 10 years from now, Victoria wants to pass this on to ex, maybe daughter, granddaughter, grandchild, great
Hmm.
nephew, niece, cousin, but you have to bring them along. You just
And
can't
see,
give them anything. You have
they
to
don't see the
bring.
vision, but they don't see the vision. Like they don't see the vision. I guess because I do have children, adult children. They don't see the vision. But now I do have a colleague where all of his kids see the vision. All of them work the vision. All of them they live and breathe the vision. And that's the difference. Um, Somebody told me one time, and I never thought of this. They said I have three children. And they said, how many kids do you have? And I told them, they said, well, when you leave this earth, where are you going to leave your children? And I said,
Mhm.
well, I was going to leave them this, but this happened. So now I'm working on leaving them XYZ. And you know what this gentleman told me?
What?
He says, I have three children. I'm going to leave them three LLCs. I said, what? Now that mindset right there, didn't grow up around it, never heard of it or anything like that. I have never heard anyone talk like that before until I got into an event.
Hmm.
He said, I'm going to leave them three LLCs, one for each one of my children.
Okay, now unpack that. I know what you're saying, but somebody might need to, grasp when you say you heard somebody say I'm leaving my children three LLCs.
Okay,
What did
so
that do to you? I know what it is because I'm
okay,
I'm in
I
that
know.
space now, but
So the word says that a good man leaves an inheritance for their children's children.
hmm
Okay?
right.
So we think, well, my mindset or the was like, okay, an inheritance for the children's children. We thinking like healthy insurance policies or houses or cars or something like that. When I asked him the same question you just asked me, I said, "What do you mean? I know what an LLC is. It's a business." He said, "No, no, 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 not just any business. I'm leaving them three prosperous running businesses, and each one of them know how to run them, whether they want to run it or not. When I pass away, they all know everything about the business. For example, he have three children. He have say one is a cleaning company, one is a virtual assistance company, and one is a real estate management company.
Mm.
Or he said he was gonna do another M&M management. Um, it was like that concept just blew my mind.
Okay.
This young man said, I'm going to leave each child an LLC. So he's teaching them how to fish. He didn't give it to
Mm.
them. He said, I'm not giving them, I'm not gonna build it and leave it to them. They're gonna know the ins and outs. They're gonna work it, they're gonna run it, they're gonna know what to do. They're gonna know every aspect of this business, each child.
Well, listen. Let's slow down for a second. Um, and it's funny. I'm about to use this illustration. Sanford and Son. We watched it, but we didn't. We sat there and watched it and got caught up in the laughter and the humor and missed the subliminal message that it was really about a man showing his son the business.
Exactly.
But again, his Lamont was resentful and resisted learning. So at some point, uh, people have to pray, of course. How do I approach a situation when I find that my children, my direct descendants, are resistant of the gift and callings that God has placed in our family?
Right.
And what you see in the Bible and Jewish culture is that most of those shows are the Jews produced them because it's Hollywood, of course.
Yeah.
Whatever the father did, the sons had to do.
Right.
Period. You
Right.
you you gonna run with this vision.
Yeah.
you're gonna get this. This is what you have to, it's not so much what you have to do, it's just what you're gonna do until you figure out what you probably want to do. But by then you've discovered ways to be more creative than what I've given you. So you're
Right,
giving this legacy to your children, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, your aunties, whatever. And maybe we need to spend more time learning how to communicate vision
right,
and asking, okay, like my daughter said, what you want? You know, we just, I said, what you want? I said, I want you to be a business owner. I want you to have an LLC. You know, she thought I wasn't finna go there. I want you to be educated. I want you to be walking in your purpose. You know,
right,
she was just, we were just Joe jiving. So every time she asked me what I want, I'm gonna start telling her that stuff. I'm gonna start telling her, I want you to be a business owner. I want you to have LLC. I want you to be walking in your purpose. I want you to be utilizing your gifts to glorify the kingdom of God. I want your son to understand that there is value to working. That's
right.
what I want you to have. But, I have to learn how to communicate that as well, because it's one thing to have a vision, but then casting that vision is
Yeah.
another skill. Them catching the vision is another skill, and then carrying the vision is something totally different, which I was able to teach on last week at the state convention one night.
And so the difference between their children is he raised them in that.
Yeah.
Now, and see, now on the other hand, if your children are grown and you wasn't raising them like that, we can't teach something we don't know.
Mm-mm.
So now my prayer is that they finally see the vision and get the vision eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah. I mean, they'll, I'll call and be like, I need to pay XYZ. Do you have anything I can do to clean or, this, that, and the other? Because they have their 9 to 5s or whatever, this, that, and the other. Uh, and another thing that entrepreneurship is, we have to create our own income. We don't have a
Mm.
biweekly check or a weekly check or a monthly check. Entrepreneurs have to create their own income. So if we're not out there creating income, we're not getting paid. For example, when I first started out, and sometimes like just recently it was happening, and I had to step back and be like, okay, hold up, wait a minute. If you're working the business and you're working every part of the business, you
Mm-hmm.
don't have time to go and create income, which
Hmm.
means you don't have time to go network. You don't have time to
Hmm.
make those phone calls. You don't have time to make those appointments because you're literally, physically, mentally, and emotionally working the business. Especially if something happened where you have like a family or sisters or brothers or kindred in the kindred that's working for you, or um delegating or doing whatever. I don't want to say working or helping. I don't want to necessarily say the word work. Um but if they're in the business, even if they're a cleaner or they delegate your business, for example, the cold calling and different things like that, if it's a family or more than one relative and something happened within the family detrimental, where we just got to stop and go, they call all of us, we got to be there. There's a meeting, papa, mama, something is going on. Then guess what? We're all human. We get into it knowing they're great, they're girl people, we want to have this family, blase this and blase that. But it will hurt your business
Right.
because you have 4 or 5 people gone. They're not gone, they didn't quit, they didn't get fired. They need time because they
Mm-hmm.
have to take care of their personal affairs.
Right.
So now, as an entrepreneur, we have to be very mindful of that, because where
Mm-hmm.
their gap is, you can't fill it immediately like that if you don't have the staff for that. So you have to get in there and do it.
Listen, I like what you said. There was a comment that I'm looking at. Lucy Arrington said it long time ago. She said, your community changes because your language and conversation changes. That's what attracts your new community. They are attracted to your voice. That was good. Thank you,
Okay, yeah,
Lucy.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm just looking at some comments now. Yeah, that's good. That's
that's
good.
real good.
That's good. I'm gonna say that again. Your community changes because your language and conversation changes. That's what attracts your new community. They are attracted to your voice. That was
Mhm.
good. I like that, Lucy. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna put that on the shirt. Change change your language and see who's attracted to it.
All right now.
Change your language and see who's attracted to it. Listen, um, let's slip into a little Bible talk and then we'll get out of here. I don't know if you realize that we've been on 45 minutes.
Oh wow. How time fly when you having fun.
Yeah, we've been on for 45 minutes. So where are you devotionally? I know you had some formal training, but in your own devotional studies, what's your go-to?
And my devotional studies, my almost my devotional studies is going to the word. But I also like there's a book. What I'm reading it right now. I can't even think of the title of it. I need to go get it right quick.
Go get it.
Okay, let me go get it. Hold
Yeah,
on.
go get it. While she's going to get that, y'all, I am grateful that y'all have tuned in to Conversation with Cornelius on this wonderful Wednesday. We're having Victory with Victoria. She's an entrepreneur, Platinum Plus Cleaning. We are grateful that all those individuals that have come in have enjoyed the conversation thus far. We're grateful for Byron Harvey, Nate Bean, the W. Krim Singers, that this will take place on March the 27th at Tribeca at 7 o'clock. I was able to interview Patrick Daly on yesterday. I can't wait to in, ah, interview all of them again. I want to get Nate, Byron, and Patrick in the room at the same time. So, Nate, when you see this, Byron, when you see this, Patrick, well, I'll reach out to you. I want to get y'all in the room at the same time to interview y'all to talk about this gospel concert like none other. Celebrating 40 years, featuring Salamas alumni and some of Nashville's finest gospel and inspirational artists. This event will move and motivate you. Good morning, Gets at the Root. Good morning to you. I'm glad to see you. We're talking with Victoria Road. She's an entrepreneur, has her own LLC. Always get a our victory with Victoria on Wednesday, and I'm grateful that she has just bringing us some information about entrepreneurship and all those wonderful things. She's back now. All right,
I'm
Victoria, I got
back.
to say, you got your book. Where's your book?
Yes,
What
I
you
do.
read?
I got actually two of my books that I'm currently reading at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So we was talking about kingdom. Kingdom is different from just the basic Christian theology. Kingdom brings heaven to earth.
Okay.
Okay. It's a way of living. It brings heaven in order and in authority. So right now reading the laws of kingdom leadership. I'm reading that.
Okay.
And then I'm reading Following the Holy Spirit by Nancy
By
Dufresne.
who?
Nancy Dufresne.
Okay. All right.
Following the Holy Spirit and the 52 laws of kingdom leadership. Um,
Mm.
because every
What's your favorite law so far of kingdom leadership?
my favorite law is the Adam and Eve law, the law of creativity.
Mm. Okay.
Because a lot of people say, "Well, I'm not creative." I'm guilty of that. I'm not creative. I don't have the eyesight, the eye to just like decorating different things like that. But creativity is also using your imagination on how to, for example, the Lord uses us to birth things, right? If
Mm-hmm.
the Lord gave me an idea, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But as I was praying about it and different things like that, it was a creative idea, but it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't for me to do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
He birthed an idea for me to give it to somebody else to birth. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Ideas.
so in the kingdom, we can't hoard ideas because sometimes the Lord gives us so many ideas and godly ideas and we create different things. We can't do it all. We can't do it all. So I had an idea and I called this young lady and I said, you know what? The Lord said XYZ. And she was like, I tried to do that years ago and this and the other. And I said, what happened to it? She said, well, I just Didn't do it. I just gave up on it. So then I just started like downloading her on like step by step on how to do it like that. And even though I didn't do it or whatever, she's gonna get blessed off that. I know this young lady is gonna mm, make plenty of income off of that idea. Um, and that's where the Lord need us to be. It's not all about us. It's not about us hoarding ideas. It's not about us hoarding different things. And I heard people say, they stole that word from me, or they preach the same sermon the exactly same way I preached it, and different stuff like that. No, the word was the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. Is for everybody. That's just an example. Another thing that I believe in is there's enough money in the land for everybody, so we don't have to hoard. And then if you are a tither, which is a principle,
Mhm.
we don't hoard anyway. It's better to give than to receive.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying give everything away, but we have to do our tithes and offering. Give, just give. Just
Mhm.
be a giving person. Give
Mhm.
love, give joy, give peace. Just give.
Just give. Just give. Well, listen, that's good. I'm glad. Hold the book up so they can see it again. Let me change this font.
uh, this I got this when I was in the class.
Oh,
In the
that okay.
class, it
Okay.
was a very great class. I loved it. I learned a lot, and it will change your mindset. Okay.
Okay.
It's
So
52
next,
laws of kingdom leadership. This is for leaders, entrepreneurs.
okay.
Yes.
I need you to teach us on some of that next week.
Okay.
So you just
And
figure out
then
what you gonna teach and the other book. Go ahead, show the other book.
I want this is just for my own personal reading because I want to be
Okay.
closer to the
Hmm.
Lord. This
Hmm.
is the Following the Holy Spirit by Nancy Dufresne.
Okay.
So it's just my own personal reading, but this is what I had when I was in the class, and yeah. And I keep all of my books. Like everybody said, well, you got tablets, you got this. I just love like turning the pages, and even in my Bible, everybody's like, you got all those tablets, those phones, and you can scroll, and I just love filling the pages. I don't know why.
It's not the same. I'm
It's
telling
not the same.
you. Not the same. Well, listen, girlfriend, I'm gonna have to shift gears. I gotta get ready to move into some new spaces today. Of course, 12 noon Bible study. I'm supposed to be podcasting with a gospel artist as well, and then 6 o'clock Bible study. So the data never stop for me, and I
Right.
love I love the grind, but I want to hear more about those 52 laws and following the Holy Spirit. I want to know what that's about because Wednesday we have victory with Victoria. I couldn't get it out. I couldn't get it out. Ah. Victory with
Yeah,
Victoria.
you surprised me with that one, Pastor. Now.
What did I put it down? That's my man Theo. Right. Good to see you, Theo. Good to see you, Theo. Theo, how are you enjoying retirement? Theo has retired. How are
Yay,
you
must be
enjoying
nice.
retirement? Yeah, yeah. But so yeah, I'm excited today. I got a lot of things to get done. I'm gonna do a lot of things. I'm gonna be productive. And remember, I speak this affirmation over you. You and I stand under an open heaven
Open heaven.
and will receive everything God has for us.
Yes.
We receive. So, last words in your hands, Victoria. Tell us what you want to well, tell us what you want to tell us. If you ain't got nothing to tell us, say peace and blessings. But
All right.
hey,
Well, I don't have nothing to say, but I will tell you this. We are better together. And
all
thank you
right.
for having me on the show with Conversations with Cornelius.
And what? Victory with who? Victoria.
Victory with Victoria.
That's right. Right. Listen, y'all. Gospel concert. Don't want to miss it. You 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 don't want to miss it. Gospel concert March 27, 6:30 to 7, 6:30 doors open at Trevecca. Don't miss it. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to Conversations with Cornelius and Victory with Victoria. Hold those two books up again, Victoria, so they know next
52
week.
Laws of Kingdom Leadership and Following the Holy Spirit.
And follow the Holy Spirit. And those that are led by the Spirit of God, they are called what? The sons of
The
God.
sons of God.
Hey, until next week, peace and blessings. Smile for 'em, Victoria. Let them
We're
know
better
that
together.
that's it.